Cam Talks is where bold people and the wild at heart come to get real, dig deep, and grow. From nature-infused interviews to candid solo chats, embrace the episodes full of cheeky adventure with a splash of grounded wisdom. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode. So I'm kind of in like a forest area because this topic is about birding. Bird watching, but I feel like the trendy way of saying it is birding. So I did this experience, this birding experience today through the local yoga studio, Sayza. So shout out to Sarah and the Sayza crew and Andrew. I think his last name's Couturier. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Vinyl by Nature is his handle on Instagram. So he works within the industry, and he and Sarah put together this event for us over at the Waterford Ponds. And it was very chill. It was not like, I've never done anything like birding before, but living in Norfolk County, we have such a wide variety of birds, and I didn't realize that until I moved here. So, and when we moved here, it like just crazy birds I've never even heard of or seen. And there is the UNESCO World, what is it called, site? It's in Long Point. So it's basically a protected, like a world, UNESCO World protected site, like wildlife, you know what I mean? So there's reptiles, blah, and birds that are extremely aplenty, we'll put it that way. So anyways, even on my morning walk, every single morning when I walk, I hear orioles, like in the background you can hear red-winged blackbirds. So I've gotten pretty good at identifying cardinals and blue jays, red-winged blackbirds, orioles, and then like there's a huge turkey vulture flying over right now. There's hawks, there are eagles, yes, bald eagles, Canadian geese. There's so many birds, and those are just kind of like the mainstream ones. So anyways, I thought, yeah, you know what? I want to go on this birder experience. So Saturday morning, we met at the Waterford Ponds, and there were, I don't know, maybe 10 of us there. And a few people who I'm friends with, but we didn't know we were going, so it was really fun. And Andrew gave us some information at the beginning, kind of about what he does and what is around in this area. But so we walked around, we stopped, we had binoculars. Sorry, loud car passing by. We had binoculars, and if we heard a bird, we would stop and like look for it. Or if we saw one, then we would, you know, it was so funny. So fun. So much fun. There were so many people who were like, what are they looking at? And you could hear them saying, I think they're bird watching. I think it's birds. So I was like biting my tongue to make, one person asked, like, what are you guys watching? So after I was making smart comments to myself and to everybody, just like, do you ever want to say, I'm looking out for elephants up in the trees here in Southern Ontario? But no, anyways, so I encourage you, if you have any interest in things, not just birds and birding, but anything at all that piques your interest, even if it's, you know, little things like I did a podcast episode on improv and going to an improv night and trying it out. And well, that was like an improv workshop. That wasn't me going on stage and doing improv. That would be so much fun though. But I think like we had such a lovely morning, and a couple of us even went afterwards and got tea and the iced coffee and went and visited a little local store. I got a rain stick. Like, get out there and do those things that even if you have a little tiny interest in, because you never know who you'll meet, you never know what you'll end up doing or what path that will lead you on. You may go down this really cool rabbit hole, and I don't know, it may lead you in a totally different life direction. I do highly recommend birding. Like, oh, and we found there was a nest for the Baltimore oriole. Yeah, that was at the end. So they were these bright yellowy, orangey birds. They were beautiful, and you could see a little nest, and I think there were babies in there, but we couldn't see the babies. But the male and female were both there and kind of like flying in and out, and yeah, it was really cool. So, oh, and we saw a green heron, which if you look it up, they're very, like, they're smaller herons. And not, I don't see those very much. I see the blue heron quite a bit, but which I could probably, I'm at Silver Lake right now, so I could probably go find one. But yeah, so try out birding if you haven't already. It's so much fun, and do it with a crew if you want. Keep a lookout if you're in Norfolk County. Keep a lookout on the Sayza socials, and or Vinyl by Nature. Andrew, I don't know if he'll have anything going on. Like, I don't know. I think they were kind of testing the waters to see. So yeah, keep your eye out, and or find something that interests you. Get out there and go do it. It's so much fun. We gotta live life, right? We didn't come into this planet to sit around and watch Netflix all the time or stare at our phones. We gotta get out there and experience life and new things and fun things. So that's my birder episode. Feel free to reach out if, I don't know, I'm not a birder expert, but you can always give Andrew a follow. He posts cool pictures. There is a snake one, fair warning. But yeah, all right, catch you next time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tagging along on our latest adventure. Remember to subscribe to Tam Talks on your favorite platform to be notified every Monday and Friday when new episodes drop. Find Tam Talks on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeartradio, and more. Feeling generous? Leave a review. This will help Tam Talks to gain more exposure. Thank you, and peace out.